Hello YouTube, this is Way Too Long, coach of the FC Seviper, for bringing you the first week of season number 2 of the PFL. The drafts are chosen. I really love my team, even if we go 0 wins with it in these 8 matches. I don't think we will, but I really love that team already. And our first match in this season will be against the Ontario Omastars, coached by Vampire. Here we see our opponent's team is Guillotine, Volcanion, our old friend Basketballs, Mega Manetric, Superior Cobalion, Azelf, Garvantula, Jordigon, another old friend from our season 1 team with Slowking. Good to see you back, King Wolf, and also Aromatisse, Ditto, and Golurk. And here we have our team for the first week. Up first we have our chosen Uber, Nathaniel, the Landorus Incarnate, holding the choice scarf to absolutely outspeed everything on our opponent's team. We have Sheer Force, of course, then with Earth Power, Knockoff, U-Turn, and the Sludge Wave, mainly for the Superior, which we couldn't really heal with the other moves. 4 EVs on attack, full investment in speed with Naive Nature, and full investment in special attack, so Earth Power and Sludge Wave will do a lot of damage every time the Omastars will switch into this. Then next we have our first round pick, Latios, named Jefferson, winning the Life Orb, of course with Levitate. We have Draco Meteor, since it hits so hard. We have Psychic as a strong stat move. In this matchup, it's better than Psyshock. We also have Recover and Energy Ball, so if he wants to switch in our former member Slowking on a Draco or a Psychic, we can actually keep on going with Energy Ball. Well, Timid Nature, 240 investment in speed, and 252 in special attack, and 16 basically the leftovers are in HP, so we get a little bit more bulky here. And this speed investment actually guarantees us to outspeed Cobalion and Garvantula. Then up next we have our wall. Here Deichkind the Regirock, holding the Passion Berry. So we can take 1 Steam Eruption. We also have Sturdy, so we have no worries here about Volcanion Steam Eruption. Then we have Drain Punch, we have Stealth Rocks, Stone Edge, and to slow down our opponents we have the nice little Thunder Wave. Impish Nature with 16 investments in defense, 196 in special defense, guarantees us definitely to outspeed to take 1 Steam Eruption. I had to discuss either Window Berry for Superior or Passion Berry for Volcanion. At the end, we go against Volcanion. If we actually have to face Superior, then yeah, we had to prep this way. Basically, almost full investment in HP, as much as we can get, and the leftover 48 are in attack. So Drain Punch and Stone Edge can actually hit really hard after this. Then we have Hokage, the Entei, holding the Choice Band. We have Extreme Speed, of course, with Sacred Fire, Flare Blitz, since it's a little bit stronger, and also Iron Head. I might switch out Flare Blitz for Stone Edge, but might not. Well, Element with full investment in attack, we have full investment in speed, and also some investment in special defense, because these 4 are leftovers. Then we have Shell Boss, the Blastoise, holding the leftovers with Torrent, Scalp, Dark Pulse, Rapid Spin, and Ice Beam. 252 in defense, 252 in HP, and 4 in special defense with Calm Nature, so Shell Boss can actually take some hits and recover them back with leftovers and fire off some hits, even Rapid Spin away or hazards. We are not good with like bouncing back the sticky webs with like magic code, since the Superior is there and it would get a speed boost from it. We also don't want defog on Ladios, since I really want the Stealth Fox on my opponent's side, so we have to go with Rapid Spin here. And last but not least, we have our Draco Meteor switch in against Giratina. Dorian the Gardevoir, also holding the leftovers with Trace, Heal Bell, we have Moonblast, Energy Ball, and at the end Healing Wish. 100 investment in speed, so a normal, not speed investment Giratina, we cannot speed this. 252 in special attack for Moonblast and Energy Ball. Calm Nature with 60 in EVs in special defense and 96 in HP. Get some special bulk here. Yeah, this is our team. I'm quite confident, but of course losses can always happen, but also wins can always happen, so it's just week 1, we will have 7 matches after this, but maybe we can also start our playoff race right here. Making the playoffs again would be actually really nice, and actually play a serious playoff match would also, like, with not Trickful and Xenomorph. So with this, let's jump right into the match. So here we are in the match, and as you can see, our opponent brings everything that is basically a problem for us. Giratina is there, there's Golok, Azelf, then Superior and Volcanion, and our old friend Mega Manectric. And here I just decide to lead with Ladios, since Draco Meteor does huge damage to everything. As he leads with Azelf, and I think, yeah, it probably sets up rocks or something. In worst case it explodes and takes itself out. And even a normal knockoff I could live. Normal knockoff does like 96%. I could live that, take out the Azelf with a Draco Meteor and then recover. But Azelf goes for knockoff and it knocks me out in one hit. Because it's choice banded Azelf. I didn't really prep for that. So I have to bring Entei here. Going for the extreme speed, doing a nice chunk of damage. But of course, since it is locked into knockoff, we lose our choice band now, which will be annoying later in the match, but I needed something to take out the Azelf pretty quickly, since it is so fast. And I couldn't afford losing item my choice scarf on the Landorus, which is the only thing which would have outsped Azelf. And here Golovska comes in, expecting another E-speed, which of course would have taken Azelf out, that's why I went for it. And since we cannot really touch Golok, here by the way I did switch out Flare Blitz for Stone Edge on Entei. Not that it matters, but... So, Shellboss is here, since he's pretty defensive, can take everything Golok wants to do to us, even a Thunder Punch. We can take at least one and fire back a nice Scald. Switching on Earthquake. Shellboss eats it. Recover something with leftovers. And then the Golok has to switch out here, expecting the Scald. And of course Water Absorb. Volcanion comes in, but I quite anticipated that, going for Dark Pulse, getting at least some damage off on the Volcanion instantly, at least 21%. While we get another free turn of leftovers recovery. And now we can take a Steam Eruption. Unfortunately it burns us. I just go for Dark Pulse again, get more damage off on Volcanion. But of course now that Chairboss is burned, I could Heal Bell it away. So now I go into Dorian, trace the Water Absorb on another Steam Eruption, so Dorian has a completely free switch in here. And now of course we have the Thunderbolt. Not Energy Ball, because Thunderbolt actually does hurt the Volcanion super effectively. And he probably expected this going into Golok, which of course gets a free switch in for the second time, this time on the Thunderbolt, using both its immunities to come in, one on Extreme Speed and one on Thunderbolt. I don't want to take a Shadow Punch here, so we go back into Shell Boss, Gyro Ball, which I didn't even expect here, does of course nothing, since Blastoise is pretty slow and resists and has nice defenses. And here he probably expects me to expect Volcanion again. This is why I go for Scald. And we see do nice damage to Golok. Unfortunately this does not burn. And Shelboss goes down to Earthquake, but at least he got nice damage off on Volcanion, nice damage off on Golok. Dorian is here, we see it has Iron Fist. And one Moonblast is enough to take out the Golok. Dorian getting the first kill of the season for our team. Now Volcanion comes back in. Going for Flash Cannon, but thanks to the special bulk of Gardevoir we can actually take this. And Thunderbolt takes out Volcanion. So 2 threats are already down. We have the leftovers recovery. Volcanion has to leave without getting 1 kill. Now the Azov comes back in, and since we know this choice banded, Dorian is pretty fair on the physical side, so yeah. And since Volcanion is already gone, I switch in Deichkind because we don't need the Passion Berry anymore without the danger of a Steam Eruption. As the Azov goes for the Ice Punch, probably expecting the Landorus. Even though why should I switch in Landorus when there's a knockoff? Danger of knockoff. Deichkind of course pretty defensive, can take the hit no problem, and now here is the Superior. The other big problem, at least I had choice between Window Berry or Passion Berry at the end, because Regirock can at least touch Volcanion, so we can afford to stay in. And here on the switch I should have gone for the Thunder Wave, but I went for Stealth Rocks, trying to get them up. With Thunder Wave I probably would have been a lot better, since a paralyzed Superior is not so much of a threat, since it's pretty slow. Then I have to sack off Deichkind here because Entei is pretty low. Dorian does not want to take a Leaf Storm. Nathaniel does not want to take a Leaf Storm and then take another one. So of course Regirock goes down without doing much, only a setup box. Now Nathaniel can come in, and of course at +2 a Leaf Storm does pretty much KO a Landorus, but he didn't seem to expect that we are Scarfed, because he of course stays in, clicks Leaf Storm, and I just go for the Sludge Wave. We outspeed thanks to the Choice Scarf and one-shot Superior. Now the Giratina comes in, and since we're locked into a Sludge Wave, it's not, and Ghost with its poison, we cannot do much here. Overall, these last 3 remaining Pokemon are a big problem, especially for Landorus, since we cannot lock. But later. So Okage comes in, we see Giratina has Hidden Power Ice, as I go for Sacred Fire. I went for the burn here also, but of course we don't get the burn, and Entei goes down to the Earth Power. Now Gardevoir has to come in, tracing the pressure, and I know I can Moonblast it here, we are sped grabbed and we even get a crit, and Giratina is so bulky, taking at least one. We do drop the special attack though, which is pretty nice, and Dorian goes down to Iron Head. Maybe we could have lived the Iron Head if the Sacred Fire would have burned. That's a big if, of course. I didn't do the calcs for that. So Giratina still alive, 11%, and now Landorus is here alone, and I already know that I lost because I have to lock myself into Sludge Wave here. Because Knock Off, of course, would have killed Giratina, would have killed probably even Azelf, but then Knock Off does not kill Mega Manectric. Sludge Wave basically the same, does not kill Mega, and I can lock myself into Earth Power since the Azelf is still there with Levitate, so we could knock out Giratina with Earth Power, we could knock out Mega Manectric with Earth Power, and then we can do nothing to Azelf. So the game is already lost here, except we quit Sludge Wave the Mega Manectric. So since it's resisted and this Giratina has a Sword Vest, it lives, it goes for HP Ice with -1 special attack. So Nathaniel is indeed able to live this 1 HP Ice, then we take out Giratina. Now he brings in his Azelf. I don't really know why, because yeah, it's Choice Bandit and probably not max. Yeah, it's a Choice Bandit, so there's no chance for it to outspeed me. Sludge Wave goes off, and at this low amount of health, Azelf does not live. Now we're pretty close, we make the match pretty close here. Manectric comes in, takes Stealth Rock damage, and now Sludge Wave is could actually kill Mega Manectric if it quits. So we really have to bank on the crit here, because of course it's a Mega Manectric. Chances are pretty obvious that it has HP Ice, which definitely takes out Landorus. Sludge Wave goes off, we do deal 60% damage. Of course here the crit would have taken out Manectric, and of course here's the HP Ice, and Nathaniel goes down. This is the first match, pretty quick, but we made it really close at the end. We only lose 1-0, and there are still 7 more matches to go. I already said I love this team, even if we go with 8 losses, but I don't really expect that, since it's a pretty good team. And here, if the Azelf was not Choice Bandit, or at least if Latios would have been there somewhat longer, it would have taken out at least 1-1, maybe even the Azelf in turn 1 with a Draco. Yeah, and then of course without the Azelf in this in the last turns of the battle, we can lock ourselves into Earth Power and actually win. But of course we were not prepped for Choice Bandit Azelf. It takes out a big win con right turn 1, and this basically put us at a disadvantage really early. But still, it was a good match. GG to my opponent. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. I know I said this so you can check out his perspective on the match. I know I said this last time we battled Vamp, and then he didn't even put up his perspective. But now that he wins, of course, I know there's a perspective. I already seen it, and yeah, now that he wins, the game goes off. Not when we win. And with this was way too long, bringing you our first match of Season 2. Unfortunately a little loss, but I'm sure we can take it back, since getting to the playoffs this season is way easier than last season, since there are wildcard spots in both conferences, so only 2 out of 8 teams cannot make the playoffs, and we should be able to make at least third last place. And even if we make last place, that means we will have the first pick on the next draft, which is not that bad either, but yeah, this is not going to happen. So with those words, peace out.